Hi everyone, Sylvia Stoyanova, Spirit Alchemist. I would like to continue on the previous video that I did about thought accountability. So I talked about influences and how our thoughts come into our heads, and there is a lot of information that could be debatable. A lot of science suggests that we channel thoughts from the field, and that's the energetic field around us, and our bodies are simply a vessel. Not going to concentrate so much on thought origination and how the thoughts come into our head, but how do we process them and how to control our thinking in order to produce a more desirable outcome and results in our life. So if you did the little exercise that I asked about your thought accountability, you would have experienced and I should say observed yourself into what are you thinking, how you feel, how you spiral, or how does it go from that point on? Do you analyze, and how do you use your great mind to direct the everyday thoughts process. But now I would like to go a little bit further and offer suggestions that if we can control our thoughts or not, they're going to come into our heads. So certain things and situations and people and circumstances are going to trigger certain thought process. What I like to offer as an advice to coping and mastering your own well-being is to not identify with the thoughts. Because if you are aware and observing the thought, then it's not coming just from you alone. So do not identify only based on feelings or emotions at the moment. Just choose to direct your thinking towards what you want to happen, or simply just focus on the action at hand. Focus on the now, what you're doing in the moment. And usually that will pull you out of the spiral of overthinking or analyzing. Because often we could be influenced, like I said before, by negative entities, other people's thoughts, other people's influences that are not necessarily in our favor. And that would affect our life negatively, or will have us just direct our attention and towards something that we shouldn't be thinking about, that it's not going to produce positive results in our life. So focusing on the task at hand, being present in the moment now, feeling good most of the time, and choosing positive thoughts and staying in that elevated emotional state will produce the outcomes that we want, and will help you just kind of practice being present and focus in that moment and minute, instead of planning for the future and thinking about, oh, I have to do this and that, and constantly analyzing what is next. Exercise being present and doing the task you're doing at the moment. If you're driving, you could be listening to a book, or you could be talking to your friend. Engage in the moment without overthinking and spiraling into different thoughts, and see how that will help you not only be more present, but be more in control of what influences you in the moment, and how does that make you feel. Because ideally, once we start having that thought accountability and choosing if to give our energy and attention towards limiting thoughts, or thoughts that are negative, or thoughts that are not going to produce the results we want, then we're literally wasting our time and energy and emotions towards something that we don't want to happen. It is, again, easier said than done once you start the accounting process. But once you do, it could become a game, and it's very interesting and kind of getting to know yourself better and to know what triggers you, what influences you, what inspires you. So let me know how you're doing with that, and we'll go deeper into future videos. Have a great day.